up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of STORYHIVE on location in Lake Cowichan with Beats, Eats, and more. Hey, good job. Hi. I'm your host, Kazi. We're broadcasting live from the unceded ancestral lands of the Subaset First Nations. Utmost love and respect and gratitude to the original stewards and protectors of these lands and these waters. Our special guest on the show today is the one and only DJ Leanne, the original GirlOnWax. She's been spinning house music for over 2 decades, ranging from jackin to deep and dirty tech house. Now based in both Lake Cowichan and Victoria, BC, she's played iconic stages like Shambhala and Groove Cruise and opened for legends like DJ Sneak, Derrick Carter, Mark Farina, even done parties for the Duke and Duchess, which is crazy. Founder of Western Canada's first DJ school, the Rhythm Institute, and CEO of GirlOnWax Entertainment, Leanne also lends her vocals to tracks by Jay Tripwire and more. Excited to talk about Leanne's extensive DJing and music journey. Woo, woo.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us. This is amazing, and it's so awesome to actually finally sit down, get to know you. I guess I'd love to start with knowing the very early beginnings of you know, do you have your earliest memory when music really infiltrated your soul that felt like, oh, I know, I love this?
Well, definitely, okay, aging myself here, but dancing in the living room to Solid Gold. My mom. I mean, so Motown was you know, really prevalent in my household, and a lot of soul music. And that's just kind of where it started, and just dancing. And I loved dance. I was in dance classes at an early age, and just we actually had a music room in our basement.
Oh wow.
That had, like, you know, my dad built like these amazing, he built his own speakers.
Wow.
And it was our music room, and so that's where we would create. You know, we would actually do our own little videos, me and my 2 little best friends, Pat and Trevor. And so I just music has always been in my life. Yeah.
Where did you grow up? Where was this?
Saskatoon.
Okay.
Toontown. Shouts out to Toontown.
Yeah. Did your parents also make music, or were they musicians?
Oh, goodness. Or? Yeah, everyone on, certainly, yes, both sides.
Yeah.
So my mom plays congas, drums, that kind of thing.
Oh wow!
My father violin, but everyone also in the Bittner family, my dad's side of the family, every single person either sings or plays an instrument, and there's 12 kids in that family. So literally every Christmas would be like a jamboree. It was just everyone kind of doing their songs, and so music 100%. And I took flute, I did piano, vocal. I've been singing kind of my whole life. So music has just been honestly the number one driving force in my life, and just my number one passion and my love.
So then how about house music? Like, when did that come into your life, or do you have a memory of when you first heard it and you're like, what is this?
100%. Like first of all, house music has given me most of my friends in my life, my career. It is just, I am so grateful for this genre of music, honestly. Community is really what it represents too. 93 to 94 was the first time, very young, was my first time going to a rave, to be honest. It was New Year's.
Yeah.
And I heard this music, and I was absolutely, so for me, it was kind of like a mix of R&B, soulful vocals, right? And to a beat that you can dance to.
4 on the floor, baby.
So I was already kind of like dancing to Black Box and Snap and you know, artists like that. But when I really first, you know, heard Saint Germain, first underground music, was there in Vancouver. And honestly, as soon as I did, I actually started dating someone who was friends with T-Bone's Tyler Stadius, who owns Basics Records. So I started actually collecting records. I started buying records right off the hop. I just sort of fell in love with it. And actually my boyfriend at the time taught me, DJ Jesscon Podagal. He still is an amazing producer to this day. So he taught me, and I got a brown Radio Shack mixer, and a couple of old school turntables from Value Village. Seriously, that just had they had a speed or pitch control on them. And we just started experimenting, and honestly, it was just buying the records and just being in the record store, and then being around all the people that were learning to play at the time, and just sort of, that's when really in the like 92, 93, 94 is sort of when the house music community, the whole rave scene started in Vancouver. So we were right there at the beginning.
What clubs were happening at that time, or what was? Tell me more about this time.
All right, it was so cool. The Red Lounge and the Chameleon. There was Mars. There was, the Chameleon was sort of where it started for me too, where I had my first night there, which was actually in the Rosewood Hotel Georgia. So it used to be, it's actually, I'm not sure what club it is now. It's like, it's a club still. It was in the basement. That was kind of one of our first hot spots. And there was actually house music or breakbeat, drum and bass, different styles, trance, that kind of thing. Every night of the week, actually. In 94, 95, 96, it was just becoming still underground. So it wasn't being played on the radio, but it was building, and we were building this kind of community. We were all kind of, in our early 20s sort of thing. Yeah, it was amazing.
That's so cool.
A little rave kid.
Back then, did you know that it was house music? Like, were they calling it that yet?
It was like, this is house music. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Out of Chicago and New York, but Chicago for sure originated there. The warehouses, the first DJs, Larry Levan and all that sort of thing. I really learned actually from Tyler T-Bone Stadius, who owned Basics Records. And Dickie Dew, also two legends in Vancouver, who taught me from, like, I actually got, they had their own radio show at the time too. I kind of learned from people who were in it, who were educated on it. They'd actually been to Chicago. They'd been to New York at that time too. So it was really awesome. I was kind of learning from, definite mentors for sure.
Did you feel at that time too, especially being a female DJ, that was embraced?
I was one of the first ones. Little T was, and Renee, rest in peace, Renee. They were the first ones, and we became friends, and it was awesome. Literally, the first females, and it was all the boys. But it was fun. Like, we would go to the record store and just we would all be fighting over the same records. Every Tuesday and Thursday was shipment day. So it was like it would be myself, literally one or two other females, and all the boys playing. So it was kind of, it was fun. It was fun kind of being part of that. But I was definitely an anomaly at the time. There weren't very many.
Yeah. Did you feel like the community around you, though, like, really supported
y'all?
Yes.
I really did.
That's cool.
I know, although I did feel I had to prove myself a little extra hard. I was like, girls can throw down too.
Yes.
That is something I definitely felt. I just had to sort of, hey, girls can do it too. But I certainly got a lot of support, and I never felt any pushback at all. Just kind of almost a little bit of shock, which was kind of funny. Yeah. Like, oh wait, you're the DJ? You're not just with the DJ? I was standing behind the turntables. Yeah. And they'd be like, can you ask the DJ to play this song for me? I'm like, I'm actually the DJ right now.
And I don't take requests.
Right.
Unless they're a good one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
So at what point did G-Love enter the scene?
You know what? And of course, we met on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Of course, we met on the dance floor. Yeah. That was back in the days of Shine. So Shine nightclub we had a 5-year running Sunday night there. It was like church.
Really?
Nice. Yeah, it was incredible. And it was vinyl. We were playing vinyl back then.
What was that night called?
And it was packed. It was called Nice Sundays. Okay. And with Dickie Dew and Cotton was the host. And it was packed for 5 years every Sunday. Yeah, it was pretty awesome, and we're grateful for that time. It was just a beautiful place, a very diverse crowd. Definitely the first place LGBTQ plus. Sorry, terrible.
That's okay.
To feel comfortable. It was definitely an open space. It was a beautiful time, and it was definitely a celebration. It was just like a place to just let go of your work week, even though it's Sunday night. We ended at midnight. Yeah. Those are really special times, and that's where G and I met. G-Love, DJ G-Love, yes.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And it just was, it's like, it's on. We
Iconic.
love the same music and just, yeah, I mean, yeah.
So then,
so proud of him.
How did you start Girl on Wax and, you know, sharing now this passion with others by also teaching as well?
Which I love. I love teaching. You know, I guess I was DJing a lot, and I was like, I kind of need to clone myself, just because there's a lot of events that also almost call for a female energy. You know, a feminine energy, perhaps to the event. Like, you know, let's say it, you know, even like retail or just that kind of thing. And so there weren't very many other DJs there, so I actually started training some of my friends. And then I was also meeting other DJs who were learning how to DJ at the time, and I just started hiring them, really. And things got busy, and like we were doing corporate and weddings, and there's DJs everywhere. I mean, we do book openings, we do, you know, the Bay. We were the first DJs with vinyl at the Bay.
Wow.
Some of the grandmothers did not like it. They would, you know, walk past me. Others would be like, yay, there's music at the Bay. This is so cool. Yeah, so that's sort of how it started. And yeah, just kind of, it's grown from there. So that was about 2007 is when I started kind of hiring other DJs because it was just too much for one person. So yeah, it was awesome.
That's so cool. I could also imagine that, you know, as also one of the, you know, in the early beginnings, one of the only female DJs that people were seeing, that like you were the go-to person. And therefore it was like, okay, I need to actually get some help here and share the knowledge. And also those that like love music, giving them the skills and the tools to learn how to share that as well via DJing.
That, now I have to say, I love teaching so much. I've actually made so many friends from that. Some of my 20-year friendships are from teaching them, a shared love of the music. But what I love seeing is I've seen a lot of, you know, sort of my students perhaps come out of their shell, and or just seeing them, you know, learn a new hobby or whatever they want to make of it, and excel at it and feel good about themselves learning, you know, a new musical hobby. And I've even seen, you know, DJs or you know, people go from maybe an introverted person who would never imagine themselves playing in front of people or doing any sort of performance in front of anyone, actually become really big DJs and you know get over that hump and have this be their foray into just not being so scared of you know, perhaps being around people or
being in the spotlight or performing.
It's been pretty amazing just to see some people really come out of their shell, let's say. It's been awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love it.
You've also come up during a time of DJing where it started on vinyl and started on you know, with that kind of gear, and then learn, like, what was that like for you when you were like, oh, people have USBs now and these things are DJ controllers?
I would just laugh because I mean, the records are very heavy. Okay, I'd have 2 50-pound bags, seriously, carrying them with me, and like, you know, you're trying to find the next track and you're flying, your records are flying. Hopefully not, but so it was a lot. And the needles, like the needles could break. There's a lot that goes on with playing records. And then, you know, obviously you have to buy them. They were $17.99 for one song. Per song. And sometimes you'd buy it and you would never play it. It's like, oh, darn it, that's not really the song for me. So, you know, I'd spend $100. I'd be, you know, jokingly saying, you know, back in the day, eating Ichiban. But spending $100 on records every week. So now, it's amazing. I mean, I do love how it's so accessible. But, you know, bringing this little USB stick to it's divine. I love it. I love it. But it is, it's a lot different. And just, I do love, I miss going to the record store, and I miss just kind of that, you know,
the experience of music and consuming
and looking
music.
at the artwork on a piece of vinyl. I do miss that, and but I mean, I love the accessibility now and just how much music is out there. And it is a lot easier, I'll be honest, to teach.
So I'd love to know, I guess, more about, musically speaking, who are you inspired by now? Like, especially seeing how house has evolved since the 90s. And it's gone in so many different paths. It's also been absorbed by like different cultures, you know, who've taken it and made it their own in different ways. So
there are so many different subgenres. I can barely keep up with all of them. It's awesome. I love it, and they're they're all sort of blending together. It's amazing. The person I'm super hot about right now is Aybo, Aybo. Oh, he's like 24. Yeah, but
from where?
Anaheim.
Okay.
Yeah, California. He's got Latin heritage.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell it by his music. I just can't stop listening to he's got incredible tracks. I actually saw him live. And just the instrumentation in it, his bass lines, I'm just super inspired. Like, he actually really is just kind of, once you get inspired by someone and you just love all the tracks, it kind of puts you on a new trajectory. And so he's one of my favorites right now. That's who I'm just super excited about.
What do you think needs to keep carrying over as like the genre evolves, but also like the art of DJing evolving, you know?
I think if anything, it's people dancing.
Bare facts.
Without phones, please.
Bare facts.
What I love about the island scene, Vancouver island scene, is, I'm telling you, these people get down. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of how it used to be when I first started in Vancouver also, where people are just, they're dancing, they're doing their funkiest moves, they're laughing and having fun and being silly on the dance floor. And I just love that. And I kind of feel like what's being lost a little bit is it's sort of like just, people are just kind of doing this. No, that's fine. Move to the music. Absolutely. But I just get down. Don't be afraid to just let loose. And just that kind of vibe.
What do you think has like influenced that? Like the
social media. Just the phones. I think that's not being present. It's not being present. But now you're seeing people banning them, kind of thing, just at the door, or just like not allowed, which I love. And it's also, it is kind of interesting because the DJ just used to be the fun person up there playing the tracks and not necessarily on a big stage. I'm not really a huge fan of playing. I love being on the same level with my peeps, like dancing with everyone. I prefer that rather than kind of being on stage with bright lights on me. I'm not a huge fan of that. That's just me.
Yeah.
It has kind of gotten to, but I understand it. Like, now, the DJ is like the new rock star type thing, which is happening. It's just not kind of my vibe. If you're standing and watching them, please dance.
At the very least.
Instead of just, it's people standing and just kind of not, with their phones, taking phones and
I relate to that. I relate to that so much, especially coming from the perspective of someone who is a party social dancer.
Yes.
And it's anyone who is doing that, it's funny that the initial response from most people is to take out their phone and film me and my friends. Or
there's a time and a place, right?
There's a time and a place, but it also that feeling of then having the camera on you all of a sudden changes how you want to move. But it's funny that analog, I don't think has that same effect. When I was younger, when the fam cam came out, like the camcorder or like the film camera, we were always jumping in. We're always like,
that's true.
Right? But it was a different relationship because it was a separate device from our phones.
Right.
And it was also without the existence of social media and us thinking, the documentation could be seen by so many, all of a sudden there's
that's it right there.
Self-consciousness around
looking cool,
being
I'm
seen,
here,
who's gonna see it.
Well, it's also just so strange because people are pointing the phones at the DJ the whole time. It's just, that's my nightmare. But
so you came from Saskatoon, you moved to Van City. You were living there for a while. And then when did you transition to the island?
We moved to the island, mostly Yoshi. He was on here also, featured on here also.
Shout out.
Shouts to my man.
Yeah.
So we moved here, goodness, 4 years ago.
Okay. During the pandy, the panini.
We did.
The corn
a change
dream.
of pace. A change of pace, and we love it. We love Vancouver Island. We are so excited to be here. Props to Vancouver.
Yeah.
I mean, all my friends. It's an amazing city. But wow, I just love the people, the kindness. There is so much talent on this island. There are so many things going on. I mean, it's every single weekend, every night, there seems to be something musical going on, or arts, theater. It's all, it's incredible. This island's beautiful, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Nature.
Where has your musical interests, either within the genre of house or beyond, where has it gone since you first discovered it?
I think I've played it, from funky house. I've had all different sort of styles, and right now I'm kind of into tech house-ish. I don't know, there's so many different subgenres. It's hard to know what exactly I'm playing. I mean, I think I used to play super vocal house. I would play deep and beautiful vocal with tons of instrumentation, sax, that kind of thing, percussion, to like the dirty bass line, like festival kind of vibe, where it's like you've got to move a crowd, so you've got to have big beats. Always about the bass line for me. I just kind of I'm into kind of the bass line, like bigger, I don't know, faster. I just like kind of making people move, so I'm really into that right now. Just I guess you would say tech house would be the umbrella name.
I would also love to know about, I guess, like, what are you excited about right now to explore creatively for yourself?
Creatively, definitely getting back into singing, and there's quite a few producers, because I'm often in Victoria. We sort of we split our time. Really just getting back into the studio. I definitely I've sort of been doing my vocal lessons again, just to kind of get myself back into it. So that and honestly, teaching. So I am absolutely going to get back into teaching DJ lessons. So that creatively, I've already got students lined up. They're waiting. So I'm just looking for spaces right now, actually. And it's one of my favorite things to do. So yeah.
What do you want to see out of the future of DJing?
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess, it's getting big and bigger and bigger. I mean, for me, it's just like the more, the merrier when it comes to house music. Join us.
Join the cult.
Join us, Join us. No, I'm kidding. I just think house music represents community. It represents diversity. It represents, everyone is equal. Everyone is welcome. It's kindness. It's love. It's openness. I don't know. The more people that tune into it. Now, there's the kind of the EDM side of things, which is on a much bigger scale. I kind of hope it comes back to the roots of what house music really truly means, and the community aspect of it. There's really wonderful festivals going on that have the Burning Man mentality, which is, no money exchanges hands. It's kindness.
Everyone's
generosity,
an active participant.
Yes, exactly. And they're working in teams to create art together, to create music, to create stages, it's pretty amazing. So I kind of love that whole vibe, I guess, is just getting back to the whole community aspect, and just maybe getting back to where the roots of it all, dancing and celebrating together. And kids and family, like parents and everyone. there's a lot of kid-friendly events that we do in Victoria and across Island also. And it's pretty awesome. I guess that's kind of what I hope for.
Let's get into some rapid fun fire.
Oh, sure. Okay,
questions.
Go for it.
Okay. Peak hour banger or sunrise set?
Peak hour banger.
Yes. First record you ever bought?
Ooh, If You Really Love Someone. My brain is not working right now. Merc Records.
Okay.
Yes.
What kind of track was that?
It's house, deep house, deep house. Yes.
Most unforgettable gig, good or wild?
Most unforgettable gig,
Yes.
good or wild?
Yeah.
I would say probably, it was a sunrise set in Cancun, and it was just, I guess, how can I just, it was one of those moments where it was just like the sun is rising and it's white sand and it's, you know, it just feels like beautiful people and just, you know, just an energy that has never happened before. You know, just the way that the sky, the color of the sky at the time, I was able to play really beautiful deep house music, and it was just magical. Yeah, that was special.
Okay, dream venue or festival you haven't played yet?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I would love to do, I mean, geez. Which one would I want to do? I don't know. I don't know if I really liked going to like the huge festivals, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I did Shambhala, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Bass Coast. I want to do Bass Coast.
You haven't done Bass Coast
I haven't done Bass Coast yet. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, honestly.
You need to do Bass Coast. I also need to go to Bass Coast.
So.
What's always in your DJ bag besides gear?
Besides gear, lipstick.
Yes.
Or my earplugs. Seriously.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
Take care of your ears, y'all. Tinnitus is a real thing.
Yeah.
Do you use like ear loops or any special custom made ones?
Yeah, ear loops. Yeah, I do. I do have custom made ones, but I'm too scared to bring them out to the club.
Really? Like in case you lose them or something?
Yes, they were form fitting to my ear, and so I just use the loops.
Yeah.
They look much better too.
Go to post gig snack or meal.
Oh my goodness, I am a vegetable freak.
Yeah.
I know it's so kind of lame, but
no, it's not.
Honestly,
Vegetables are
I am
not
like
lame.
Vegetable queen. I love me my veggies.
A track that always brings me back to myself is.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Kings of Tomorrow. Finally.
Okay.
It is. It's my song. It's a many people's song. It's beautiful. Please listen to it.
I will.
Yeah, it's very special. It brings emotion. I actually even almost get emotional thinking about it. Actually, Julia McKnight, the singer. It's an incredible. It's one of the most beautiful songs, beautiful deep house songs ever written, in my humble opinion.
Why do you think that? Like, especially as someone who has witnessed the power of house music, like transform the energy within a room. Like, what do you think it is about house that has that like spiritual impact?
It's soulful. I think it's just like it's the same as soul music, really. Why is that? You know, what is it? It just reaches you somewhere. It's really hard to explain. It's really hard to explain, and it makes you move. You cannot help but move, right? Yeah, it's I don't know. It's given me so much. I'm very grateful for house music in my life, honestly.
Okay, if I weren't a DJ, I'd probably be.
Let's see here. Goodness, that's a tough one. What on earth would I be? I mean, I am because I'm a booking agent, so it's like maybe something. Well, obviously, I do sit in front of a computer, and so an agent of some sort, perhaps, or a host of. I've always liked, either radio, that kind of thing. Yeah, radio definitely is a huge passion for me too. When there was radio.
You had a show before, right?
Several shows, exactly. So some sort of host, perhaps, in your job.
There we go. That is so
Don't worry. I'm good.
Co-hosting. Let's go. One sound I'll never get tired of hearing is...
Oh, a kitty purring, of course. My kitty especially. Yimmy.
Locked up in a room right now. Whoops,
or hummingbird.
Oh.
Hummingbird wings. Yes, those are my two favorite sounds.
It's so interesting on this trip, like going down the island and connecting with people. I feel like the hummingbird has come up.
Well, I've got
several
times.
A
boy. I've got one. He's I've got a pet.
Like the hummingbird comes around.
Oh yes, no, he's our pet. Yes, he's Big Red, yeah.
Oh.
It's so sweet. Yes, kept him alive the entire winter, like bringing in his hummingbird feeder to warm it up, the whole thing. He's our sweet little boy. He's so sweet.
The most important lesson music has taught me is
togetherness. Togetherness. Yeah, just celebrating. I don't know, togetherness. That's kind of the word that comes to mind. Just the feeling. Yeah.
The biggest lesson I've learned being an entrepreneur.
I mean, I'm only as good as my team.
Yeah.
Straight up. I'm only as good as my team. And I'm so lucky I have an awesome team of DJs and musicians, sax and percussion too.
Ooh.
Yeah, in both Victoria and Vancouver. And and anyways, they're awesome and just be a kind boss and just pick away at your emails.
Leanne, this has been so fun.
You're fun.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be your new DJ manager. By the way, DJ Oracle, you heard it here. We'll discuss the terms afterwards. But you heard it here first. No.
If people did want to get involved with what you're up to and what you're doing, where can they learn more information?
GirlOnWax.com. Yeah, that's kind of me. And or DJ Leanne, everywhere. Instagram, that kind of thing. DJ Leanne.
Yeah. What advice would you like to give to anybody who is like up and starting or wanting to get into DJing?
Ooh, definitely. I would say if you can, either take a lesson or watch something on YouTube where you're learning the 4/4 time. That's really important. Because that's how you learn the structure. You're learning the structure of the music and how to actually mix it properly, to when to bring it in and take it out, that kind of thing. But also, I always say, put together genres of music. Try to stick to one genre in the beginning. When you're first doing your first set, one tempo, one genre, because it can be very hard to try and mix. Open format is quite tough. So kind of start with that. Start with let's say I'm going to learn to do a house set and just go on that and learn and sort of put your set together that way. So that's just some tips. Yeah.
Any DJs or artists right now that you're very stoked about that you think everyone should know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think just there's so much talent everywhere. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Honestly, Abel's kind of my number one right now. The Illustrious Blacks, I think they're called, out of Chicago. G just showed me them. They are incredible. So I'm kind of all over that. Those are two.
Love it. Well, our hour went by so fast. Aww. This was so great. It was really cool getting to know a bit more about your story.
Thank you.
And just I really admired that you have been in the house world this whole time and have been holding it down and continue to hold it down, Leanne.
Well, I'm grateful. And thank you for having me. It's been awesome.
You're awesome.
DJ Oracle.
Shout out to everyone who's been watching the live stream, everyone who's watching the replay after. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time and your support. Once again, this is DJ Leanne. Look her up. She's amazing. And shout outs to all y'all. You have been watching Beats, Eats,
and more.
Bye.
Bye.